a lot of what prompted me to get him evaluated early. From what I told you, I have a psychology background too, and I took a course and we talked about autism on that, and it was just I seen some of the signs. And I'm a realist. I'm not a person that sit here and try to be like prolong things. Like, I want to find a solution, because if this is something that could very much well happen,
exactly,
I need to make sure I can give him the best outcome as possible. So early intervention, I always promote that.
Hey y'all, this is the second episode of Hairapy Fulfillment, where I incorporate my profession as a hairstylist with my career-driven guest, and we talk about early childhood, careers, relationships, dating, where we are, where we're going. And I have a special guest today. I have a literal genius in my chair today, you guys. She is definitely a genius. Loving, caring. Yes, you are a genius. She is also a mother of a precious baby boy. Well, not baby anymore. He ain't a baby no more. But we have Quashana Brown. She's a scientist by day and a hairstylist by night. Yes. So I have a fellow hairstylist on here with me today, and what we'll be doing is 4 braids. So we're doing the crisscross 4 braids with the cute knot buns on the side. So let's get started. Everyone, welcome her on the show.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here today.
Good.
I'm excited for my braids, because I just colored my hair, girl.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
And it fits you so well. I love it.
Thank you. So I'm excited to see the outcome. And I'm going to start off, before we get started, before you put the cape on me, I want to showcase my little outfit check for today. This is a cardigan that I purchased from my great friend Tika from Hope Boutique, and it dropped, I think, last December, but hopefully she come out with something else like this year. And I just got a little Essentia dress on. I just want to show off my sweater.
Yes, and black on business.
North Carolina fellow. She's out based in Raleigh, North Carolina. And we'll, Nunu, you're gonna put this in the put it in the bio, we'll tag you.
Yeah.
Okay, so where am I at in life?
Yes, girl.
Let's see. Life is lifing, but I won't complain about anything. With all the crazy stuff going on in the world, girl, I have nothing to complain about. I'm working, like she said, that I am a scientist, so I do research. And also have my own business, so everything's going good with that. Let's see.
What type of research do you do? So
I work for the federal government. I do animal research.
Okay.
So the National Institute of Environmental Health Science. We look at different things that we're exposed to in the environment and look at the impact that it has on us as humans, but we're using animal models. So my job consists of mainly research with rodents, mice and rats. It sounds kind of crazy, but it's actually very fun. I do necropsies, and that is basically like an autopsy for animals.
Okay.
So where we collect the tissue. So these different things we treat it with. We're a core lab. I am the lead biologist over 2 labs.
Okay.
And we basically look at, we service the whole entire institute and outside projects. So you might be looking at breast cancer things,
COVID. And
we have COVID studies going on right now too, and these animals are being treated with the COVID, treated with different carcinogens or different environmental impact things. We working with people that work the asbestos. You got the water crisis that they had in Jacksonville. We did a water study. They were exposing the animals to the water to see what happened long term, and they developed, which basically showed that they had a infertility and certain birth defects that were showing in women in Jacksonville, and that also showed up in the animals. Wow. So it's just kind of like showing we look at all types of different things.
Do you guys get any threats from PETA?
No, because listen, one thing about it, let me tell you something, put this pub in. They care about them animals more than they care about us. So they have to be put down very humanely, as you know, to not do any harm.
Okay.
They're very strict on protocols as far as like how we treat the animals, how they are housed. They live in kind of like luxury. If they can, you know, they're luxury for them to be research animals.
Yeah.
But they are breeded for the purpose of research. So as long as, but they don't play about like they can't be in distress. If an animal is like, say for instance, you're treating them with something, and they're starting to display negative effects or showing distress, we have to put them down because they cannot, you know, even if it affects the project outcome, you can't have them in any type of pain.
Okay, that was good.
So yeah, they don't care. They don't care about us, but they care about them animals. Okay, so no, we don't get any threats from PETA. We follow the protocols. I don't know if anybody from PETA's watching.
That was good.
We do it. Put that pub in there.
So, what about how do you like your career as a scientist?
I love it. So I actually started when I went to college. I mean, I'm not sure you're gonna answer this question, but when I went to college, I originally was going to go to medical. That was pre-med. Realized I wanted to be a forensic pathologist, basically like someone to do autopsies on humans. Then I realized I don't like the smell of dead bodies, so that's not really gonna work for me. And then it's just, so then I started my internship in my freshman year, going into my sophomore year at my current job. And I've been there for maybe 15 years in April of next year.
That's amazing.
15 years. When I graduated, they hired me permanently. Just definitely blessed.
Definitely.
Having, you know, keeping right mentors and different people around me. But I love my job. I have a great group of people that I work with. It's cool. It's a good work, and it allows me to have a work-life balance.
Right, exactly.
My other career.
Right. And so let's talk about getting into childhood. How was your childhood? How was it growing up for you?
Let me see. I had a good childhood. You know, I had pretty much all my needs, you know, got most of my wants too. My mom, raised by a single parent. My mom was definitely she definitely affected the way I am now, as far as like being very independent and just kind of like driven to make sure you made things shake, you know, made things happen. No excuses. I never really heard her complain about anything, just got things done. She worked a lot, but made me also be very much independent in the person that you know I've become.
Do you have any siblings? Yeah,
I have an older sister, and I have a younger sister, and my younger sister actually went to Central, so we're 10 years apart, and then my older sister, we're 2 years apart, but and then I have a brother on my dad's side. But yeah, I had a pretty good childhood. I grew up in the like southeast North Carolina area, so Wilmington, grew up in Leland, graduated from Pender High, so I kind of grew up over 3 counties, I guess. So that's why I kind of got a great network of people, just of people I know, because I grew up in 3 different counties. But yeah, I can say that I've always been kind of goal driven. As a child, like I remember I was braiding hair in high school. My mom's best friend at the time, she had a shop, and I used to braid hair on the weekends there. Like I always been somebody that just like used to go get it. I didn't really, not try to ask my mom for money, because I know she, you know, trying to raise us and didn't really have the extra stuff. So, and I like to go, I like to do things. So I was making my money then. It just kind of followed me throughout college, going to school. It's just always been something I had a passion to do.
Yeah. What in your childhood, or like in high school or middle school, or whenever you made the decision to go to school and do pre-med, what shaped that decision?
It's and that is actually a story there too. So when I originally, when I was in, 10th grade, I took a biology class, and her name was Miss Larkins, and God rest her soul, she's passed away now, but she was the first person I saw, the first black person I ever met that just was a scientist, or, you know, had a degree in like sciences. So, and I remember I loved that class. Like I thrived, and it was just so, it was so good. Like the class, I loved everything about the body.
Let me tell you.
Yes,
I had my first because my first failing grade was in the 11th grade in chemistry. I had a panic attack. I will never forget. I was on the stairs. I called my aunt, and I was like, "Oh my God! Like I can't believe I just failed a grade. I've never failed a grade thus far. Like that was my first time making a failing grade, and it wasn't in the class. It was the failing grade on a test. And that was my first time failing. And after that, I was not playing. Tuesday and Thursday, I was at UNCW with my tutor. Baby, I made 105.5 on that midterm. I was
chemistry is one of the courses that would definitely humble you. It humbled me because it has a lot of math components, and math is not my strong suit. Even though you gotta know, a decent amount. I can do math, but it takes a lot more work for me to do versus like other courses. But that class, I just remember it, just learning about the way the brain works, the way the body works. It just changed my it changed my life. So right then I realized like I want to go to school for something in the science. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but that class kind of just let me know I wanted to major in biology. I just knew I wanted to, and so I took from that I kind of shift my focus. That made like my 10th grade year shift my focus to when I went to school, and that's what I did. But definitely going to college definitely humbled me.
What college did you go to?
So I went to UNC Chapel Hill. And baby, like coming from my school, I was, I felt smart, but when I went to college, I knew I was still smart, but I definitely had imposter syndrome terribly, terribly.
I think we all did going to college.
Yeah,
I think we all did.
And being exposed to people, like at Carolina was such a diverse people. I never went to school with people that from India or people that's from Asia. I didn't go to school with people from the Middle East. It just wasn't. I went to school pretty much black, Hispanic, and white. So I wasn't exposed to all that. It was a culture shock to a certain extent, but I also felt like they had access to, or people in general, they went to like bigger schools, larger schools had access. I'm in classes with people that went to private schools, all types of things, had access to more things than I did. Based on my school got its first AP course in my 11th grade year. There was only a few offered. I went to college, you have everyone in there. They done took AP, IB, pre-med, they took courses in college. I'm like, I didn't have that type of resource. So I started actually college the day after I graduated high school. It's a funny story because I started early through this program called Summer Bridge, which was amazing. It was for students that were coming from rural areas to kind of give them like a segue, a bridge into college. So that program really helped shape, kind of give me like kind of gave me exposure to what I was going to come into. Instead of starting in August, we started literally the day after I graduated high school. My mom dropped me off at Carolina, and that didn't go back home since. I was 7. I wasn't even 18 yet. I was 17.
I was 17 when I went to college.
Yeah, because our birthday in September. So yeah, we out here trying to party. Have my sister's fake ID. Listen,
don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody.
Don't do this if you're 17.
Don't do this because that was wrong. That was wrong. I shouldn't have did that. But yes, I had my fun. But college definitely was a culture shock, but it shaped me, and it really changed my perspective on life too. Because it kind of made me not only have to work harder, but realize that it was at that point I knew it was like, okay, this is what I'm going to be competing with in the world. So I got to have something to set me apart. And I think really what helped me was the fact that I had a lot of how I grew up. I have a lot of like street smarts too. So just kind of knowing how to live.
Exactly.
So I didn't let a lot of pressures that I think other college kids let bother them.
Sheltered.
I was more resilient to like a lot of things than a lot of people that I went to school with. And it was I think that helped me. So we deal with adversity all the time. The way you grow up, depending, especially if you grow up with a single parent or whatever, we have a lot of adversity we have to go through. So it made me more resilient. So things their problems that they had was not problems that I seen as a problem. This is just like, this is how we live. It ain't nothing for us to survive.
Exactly. Gotta pick up the pieces. Okay, so with undergrad, you completed undergrad, and it wasn't too bad for you.
Listen, I mean.
You finished in 4 years?
Yes, I finished. I finished in 4 years.
And what happened after undergrad?
So let's see. So I graduated in 2012, and I went on. So like my junior year was it junior year? Was it my junior year or senior year? I think it was my senior year. So I'm in school. I'm getting my degree, and so my degree's in biology, and I have a psychology double major. So I did psychology too. So, but I took this class. It was a law class, like a psychology law class or something, and it was one of those life-changing moments again. I said, I'm going to go to law school. I literally was like, I don't know if I want to do.
Genius.
I'm working in the lab. I'm going to school. I have my son by this time too. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to go to law school. And I remember saying, I don't feel like I'm ready to go because I didn't take a lot of classes like that was focused on that. So I ended up going to, after I graduated, I went to school and got my first master's, and then I basically don't even use that degree because
how long were you in school for?
So it was like, it was 2 years. 2 years. So I didn't even use that degree because I decided to stay in. I applied, so I finished that. I applied to law school. Got into law school.
You got into law school?
Yeah, I got into law school. Got into a couple of them, whatever. So I'm talking to my.
So you took the LSAT.
I took the LSAT. Brought all that material. Took the little course.
Got in and everything.
Because I was actually going to go to Central Law, and I was talking to my mentor, which is my supervisor at the time. And that's like, she's near and dear to my heart. She's almost like a second mom. She actually passed away.
Sorry to hear
during COVID time.
Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, girl, that's sad. I don't want to get into that, but she was just a big impact on kind of my life decision. I remember talking to her about like, I'm going to go to law school, telling her about my plans, and she just had a conversation with me and basically really just told me like, you know, in a field that I'm in as a black woman, you don't see a lot of that. You don't see,
which was your initial
reason why I'm going into it. And even seeing her, like, she was a person, she did autopsies. She used to do autopsies at Wake Med. Like, she literally been in this field, went to school, and early on, you talking about the 90s and stuff, she's a scientist. Yeah. So she was a big impact on like where I was taking my direction in life. And she said, Quashana, like, don't let yourself be limited. Don't talk yourself out of this where you have a opportunity to grow. Right. And it's something about that resonated with me. I said, you know what? I'm going to wait. If it is something I want to do, maybe down the line. Because the type of law I wanted to do too really wasn't going to pay no money. It was more so, I was a guardian ad litem. So I worked with, when I was in college, I was guardian ad litem. So that basically is like a representative for like, kids, kids that's in foster care.
I had a guardian ad litem.
I was one for Durham County, and it just impacted me. And that's kind of law I kind of wanted to go into. But it don't really make any money. And I was like, okay, so if I want to do that down the line, I maybe can incorporate that once I'm in a more stable life part of my life where I can just do it for more enrichment, not money. Right. So I tabled that, got a degree, then decided to, I stayed in my career. I mean, I'm still, stayed at my job. So again, like I said, I've been there 15 years, and I went back to school to get another pharmaceutical science degree, because clearly.
So you were a career student at the time.
Yeah, clearly. I thought I should have. I honestly loved school. I don't know what that was about. I was going through a period of like, I was just trying to get all the schooling because I didn't know which direction, but I wanted to have enough like, have like enough back in my resume to be able to move how I wanted to move. Exactly. I thought about going into big pharma for a point at that time. I was like, let me get some.
Just having a plan A, plan B.
Got to, because again, I have a child and it's on me and stuff is high, and I just got to make sure I can make some things shake whenever. I don't have anybody I can call on. I have to make sure I can handle what I need to handle.
Exactly.
So so then it was then I think so I did school from all the way, I think I stopped and I was 27, 28.
Okay.
And so I even thought about going back from some other stuff, but we're going to talk about it. It's nothing. I haven't put anything in, but I'm pretty sure I end up going back to school again, but maybe not for any degree thing, but more like certificates, like the things that enrich me with the science field.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So what about parenthood? How was parenthood? When did you have your child, and how was that?
So I pregnant with my son in my junior year of college. So that was definitely not in the plans at the time.
Is this undergrad?
This is undergrad, yeah. So I was 20, going about to be 21. So I had my son. He is 12 now. I know I don't even look like I should be a mom of someone's 12. But yes, people think that we're siblings, but that's my son, my baby. But I had him, so I had him when I was in college, and that was just a navigation. That was a journey in itself.
And you still finished it 4 years.
I still finished on time.
This is amazing.
I didn't stop. I worked. But I think I did appreciate, because like I said, when I was doing my undergrad, my job, which was an internship, I was able to make my own hours.
Right.
So that really definitely helped me in having that. My group that I worked with, she was very understanding and knew whatever. But I just remember I was being, pregnant with my son, Big Belly, because I did summer school to make sure I can kind of stay on track with everything.
Exactly.
And took some courses because I knew like some of my harder courses that way it wouldn't be. I didn't know how it was going to be. Like I was honestly just kind of. I had him over the summer. He was born in July, and I remember her letting me take like my psychology teacher at the time, she let me take my exam early so that I can go ahead and won't have to worry about that and I could just sit the rest of the class out. I had a good grade in the class anyways. But I had him and, just navigating, kind of seeing what resources were available for me through college for like daycare. I got a voucher through them. So a lot of things, just trying to really see what my resources, I didn't even know these things were available to me until I had my son. And I just kind of was just trying to figure out what we're going to do. Me and his dad or whatever we're going to do. But it was definitely a journey. I think that pushed me to want to go ahead and complete it on time. I knew that
life was about
to really be, and I was going to be responsible for this human, this person. And I haven't going into my senior year. This ain't the time to slack off. I need to finish.
Right.
And he was just, I think partly he was a really good baby. Like when I tell you, even to this day, he never was a morning person. So he used to be up at night with me, but not bothering me. We put him in the crib, put Madagascar on, and he'll sit there and watch Madagascar over and over and over and over. And like when I slept, he slept. Like I tell people, I said he was definitely made for me. Yeah. He was made for me. Like everything about him, like literally, he was made in his perfection for me. Like we fit each other so well. And I think that's what made it so, not easy, but made it worthwhile for me to keep pushing because he really worked along with me. We grew up together. Yeah. Definitely grew up together. Definitely taught me just selflessness and already knowing I had to look out for myself, but knowing I got to look out for him. I didn't want to, I didn't want to leave. I didn't want nothing to change. He was born, and I just knew that I had to, what I had to do. That's pretty much it. Just kind of like, you kick into that mommy mode. Like you have that child, and it's like, ain't no excuses. Really now. You got to get it. Whatever I need to do, I need to do. You got I think that's when I pushed up doing hair more. It was a time though. Yeah. Definitely, motherhood is amazing. I wouldn't trade him for anything. I appreciate so much that he's taught me, and then just dealing with him. My son is autistic. A lot of people, I don't know, some people know, but a lot of people, that's not something I necessarily advertise, or not anything I don't advertise, but, I don't treat him different just because he is. Right. But that definitely was a challenge in itself, too. Right. I noticed that early on. Right.
So how old was he when you found out that what type of autism does he have?
So he's high functioning, on the spectrum, if you think about it, he's high functioning. He has more of a sensory type of autism. That means like certain noises. He's very affected by like certain noises, different textures, just very much, and the way he processes information. Loud noise. So he had to have like certain accommodations in school where he takes tests in like quiet spaces, able to read out loud, extra time. But he had a lot of what prompted me to get him evaluated early. For one, I told you I have a psychology background too, and I took a course and we talked about autism on that, and it was just I seen some of the signs. And I'm a realist. I'm not a person that sit here and try to be like prolong things. Like I want to find a solution, because if this is something that could very much well happen, I need to make sure I can give him the best outcome as possible. So early intervention, I always promote that to anybody. He was so I noticed some changes, because development delays when he was a baby, so 8 months and stuff. So, daycare had a lot of meltdowns. So around like age 1 or 2, like I already knew, but I didn't get him evaluated to 3, like 2 going into 3. Got him evaluated, and of course, my concerns were validated, and that's when we started there. We started with early intervention, getting him. He's been in speech therapy and occupational therapy since he's been 3, and I think that really has affected his outcome thus far. Like you talk to my son now, he's so articulate, very much a narrator, very well spoken. It was a time I could not understand anything he was saying, and this is at a time when other kids his age are having full conversations. We're talking a little bit, but I don't understand nothing he's saying.
Right.
I'm frustrated. He's frustrated. He's more frustrated. I'm frustrated because I can't help him.
Exactly.
I have no way to fix this.
As a mother, we always like, no, I gotta help you. I have to fix this. Like,
I'm frustrated trying to think through the stigma of this diagnosis, of this, of him having this special need. I'm frustrated trying to explain to the world, because, not necessarily explain to the world, but like shelter him to make sure that the world don't look at him or treat him certain type of way.
Yes.
Label. I'm all this stuff. Or what's his long-term outcome gonna be? Is he gonna be able to be self-sufficient by himself? Is he gonna be able to do certain, X, Y, Z that other kids, neurotypical, are able to do?
Right.
That was definitely a concern for me.
I appreciate you definitely talking to us about how you felt in those moments and what you did, finding a solution.
It was a lot.
What do you have to say to people who, they don't really know the signs of autism in a child, or they do know, but they're putting it to the back of their mind?
I would tell people, one thing is, we know our kids, early intervention is the most important thing. It's nothing wrong with having your child evaluated. It might not even be autism. It's so many different things. People have dysgraphia. They have dyslexia. They have all different type of learning. Sometimes they think kids have behavior issues and not wanting to put it with it might be something, a learning disability. Right. They don't want to put, but you have to be your child's biggest advocate. I preach that to everybody. Like, if nobody got my son, I got him. His dad got him. I have him. I don't play certain things when it comes to like that. Even with the school system, I was on their neck. Like, getting an IEP, it's an essential part of any child with a special needs. So I tell people, early intervention, don't let the school tell you that your child, your child, you're with them all day, and don't put it to the back of the mind like it's something they'll grow out of. It's something that you have to be diligent about getting the help so you can get the services that they need. And honestly, it's nothing wrong with all kids taking some speech therapy, because I know a lot of people that I grew up with could have used some. Like, we all could use speech therapy. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't even have to have a learning disability to take speech therapy. Your child might need additional help. Just like you get a tutor, what's the difference? That's what I promote.
Teaching your child the confidence, and this is where we are. This is what we're dealing with, and going forward, this is your truth. Stand in it. Don't let anyone try to make you feel any other way. How did you help him with that, to be confident with who he is?
It's still a work in progress every day, but because kids have to go through that period of self-actualization. Sometimes they don't even connect. So even to tell him, like, I used to tell him, like, not saying you're different, but you have different things. You learn different ways. Right. So you're in a classroom. He was in elementary school, he had a special setting where he did go to classes with kids that were neurotypical, but he also has a separate setting where he was with kids that had other special needs. So you can feel different.
But that's so, you know what? That's a lot of the times why I don't like public school, though, because they teach everyone the same way. And even if you are not different, or if
you still can learn differently. It's not a cookie cutter thing.
And that's how they teach each kid. And like you said, they wonder why those kids they label them as having behavioral issues. They label them as, no, everyone does not learn the same, and you guys are teaching the same.
Trying to make them be robots. Kids are not robots. I feel like,
for my child, I was looking for a Montessori for him to go to, because that's
what my son went to. So that's another thing, like early intervention, so also you can make sure you put your child in the right settings to thrive. My son went to a Montessori elementary school. It was offered, it wasn't any private school or anything. So he went to Montessori preschool that we paid for. That was a lot of money. And he was like 3 or 4. Yeah. He was the only black child there. It's like just straight in Middle Eastern and Asian or whatever. But I love the way they talk. Teach, or I love the way they let a child learn. Everyone can be in the same thing, but they're learning on their level. So how they want to. And how they want to. I really saw him expand from that. So when it came time for him to go to elementary school, and I had to make sure it matched up. The services that he needed were gonna be provided at the school, but turns out, so he went to Moorhead Montessori, a small magnet school, but it was a public school, very small, a smaller school, but that's what it was, the whole school. So I'm telling y'all, like, honestly, it's just making best decision for your child. That really what helped me. It's not any luck. It's not anything that, like, I just put him in the right certain positions to be able to thrive. And that really helped him. Like,
and that helps you too, because you're not frustrated.
Yeah.
You know, the teachers calling every little thing, and that's frustrating.
Were heaven sent. They were, to this day, I'm still close. We're still close with his teachers. We still go visit them. I'm like really close with his teachers because they were advocates themselves. They wasn't there for just a check. They loved their babies. They didn't let them feel different. They did all the same things all the students did. The school was very inclusive. Very inclusive. They didn't make the kids feel different. And I think that's what helped him, going back to your question of why it helped him to be able to not feel different, not feel stigmatized. You know, he also, I never treated him different at home. Like, you know, you can do the same stuff. I have to tell you a different way.
Because, you know, when they smart, they'll try to manipulate the situation.
My son, listen, baby.
My son, he's the
biggest manipulator if you let him.
Oh,
if
my God. If
you let him make him feel like, I said, you was not a baby. You know how to do everything. I might have to write something out for you, give you reminders, prompts, give him a routine. He had expectations for him, and I always made them known. So it's never been a thing that he knows I'm not gonna treat I don't treat him no different than I treat anybody else. So I think that's what kind of helped him push forward. He also knows that he knows himself, like he's at the age that he knows now. I got some things that are, you know, about me. He knows that certain settings that he don't like. We're not going to, you know, he like to go to the trampoline place and stuff, but I'm not going through a high peak time. I know like he might like to go. I took him to a concert. One time.
What concert did you and Jarrell go to?
Well, it was like one of them kid concert things, like. But he did not necessarily care for that. So then I tried to get him. I got him tickets. We were gonna go to see Chris Brown, and he was like, "Yeah, you and told me and my sister we can go." He didn't want to go, but he's okay with that. Like he knows now certain things that don't suit him well. He's not going to go, like, even to come to the gym. He has to put like headphones on sometimes because the noise bothers him. But going to the fair, still do everything we do. We just, I pick times to go. For me too, I don't really like being around big crowds. He don't like it either. So I'm like, you know, to be honest, I tell everybody, we all might be on the spectrum a little bit.
I'm telling you,
to be honest, because I know I have quirks.
Exactly, and I was going to ask you that too, because a lot of times that people are on the spectrum, like even dealing with guys sometimes, you'll be so frustrated with a guy.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't know they got special needs that we didn't deal with, and it's not their fault. It's just because back then they wasn't, if you didn't have a behavior issue attached to it, they didn't never get you tested.
Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing that, because I know a lot of people don't know you know what about your child dealing with autism and how you deal with it. And that, I think that, you know, some people that seeing this that have some questions about, you know, their child or whatever, they can go and get them evaluated.
Get them evaluated. Be their advocate. Talk for them, push for them. If the school ain't trying to push it, you push it, because the school system, honestly,
they're just gonna label
this is my last note on this part, because the school system, they already, y'all know, they're taxed, they're maxed out. You have these mental, you know, they have to be evaluated by the school counselors. They are bombarded. So they're not trying to evaluate if they don't have to. But if you think that your child can use an evaluation, do not stop and let the school tell you to stop. Go keep pushing for them. Intervention, and it's no time. You could be in high school and still receive services. You could be an adult and get services. There's no better time. Don't look at it as the negative thing, but we all learn different. We all may use some help. We get older and we realize we got adult ADD. I know, listen, because I know that's a real thing. You grow up and you realize, oh, I didn't know why it was hard for me to take a test. Oh, because I might have dyslexia, mildly. Never got tested for it. I'm like, we could talk. I'm a real person though. At the end of the day, like, I don't talk about science all day. I'm a stylist too. Like, I'm a
relatable, very
relatable person when it comes down to it. That's just one aspect of my career, but they look at it, you know.
They get intimidated.
Yeah.
And a lot of times,
they do.
Guys don't want to admit that they are intimidated. Or maybe sometimes they don't know that that's what it is.
With that, you know, desire women that got their stuff together, that's, you know, goal driven and about their business, but at the same time, it sometimes feel like they points out their insecurities, anything that they have, not that we're putting on them, that they maybe put on themselves.
But you know what's so crazy? I saw on, I forgot what podcast it was on, but the guy was like, he dated this woman him, and she was just so everything. She never complained. She knew that she made more money than him. She never complained. Their relationship was very well. He got into his head one day and was like, you know what, I'm gonna break up with her today. Yeah. And then he was like that. I think he said he spoke to his pastor, and his pastor was like, why are you breaking up with her? And I think he told them, and they related something within his life that he wasn't there yet with or whatever, and was like, so why are you breaking up with her? I forgot what the example was, and he was like, wow, you're right. And he was like, I just don't have nothing to offer her, you know, like. And
that's crazy.
That's how they are.
It is. That's something.
And then when he saw her, he was like, you know, I was gonna break up with you today. And she was like, wow, what did I do?
Crazy behavior.
And that's why a lot of times people don't need to be like, oh my God, what did I do?
People
what
need
am
to
I not
realize
doing?
it's not you.
It's not
them.
you.
And it's okay.
It is not you.
People need therapy and some more stuff. I'm not gonna cuss on here because
no, absolutely. Be yourself. Be yourself.
But you know, they be needing therapy and being real with their therapist about the things. You can't go to therapy if you ain't telling them what, if you're trying to make yourself look good. Now talk about why you feel like you don't offer nobody. Yeah, get your help for it. We all need it. We all got our stuff we got to deal with. I know I got my shit with me. So
truly.
But at the same time, I'm very much a realist when it comes to what my flaws are. I'm aware. I know this. I don't have a problem pointing them out. I don't like that's not like people put me on a pedestal. I'm like, listen, I come with my own things. Okay, honey?
Yeah.
But I won't, you know, that's why it is very hard. It's hard to date in this world, in this climate of social media and of and being a woman that have standards, but then in the society telling you, oh, but if you have this, you shouldn't have this standard, or you know, to want certain things. And want somebody to come in, you can add value to my life. It don't necessarily always have to be financially.
Exactly.
But don't think because I make money, I have money, that you don't have to spend any money either.
I'm telling you.
Because I'm just like anybody else. I like stuff to be paid for me too. I don't want to spend my own money.
And not only that, you do for yourself.
And I do for myself. So why do you think you're gonna come in and do less of that for me? Like, value comes in, make my life easier, wash my car, get my car washed, intangible things. You know, I hate going to get oil change and doing things. Go do those manly things. I love for a man to do service. Goods of service.
I like for the man to take pride
in doing it. Like, oh, I'm going to pick your car, Shana. I went and cleaned it. You got it.
Or if they just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, and I'm never going to ask you to do those things. But you know I need them done. Okay? Make my life a little easier. It ain't always got to be. You can add value in places that's not only monetary, but you also... It's the little things, because for me, that's what I'm going to give you. Like, and I also know I offer a lot. I have a lot of value when it comes to what I can offer to a man. But it's also things that I'm not going to make them feel. If I'm talking to you, you got to have some of the value that you're offering to me, and that should be enough for you to want to keep pushing towards trying to. But a lot of men in situations I have come across can do okay in the beginning. But then it always end up showing who they, or the person that they really are, or
they be like that man.
It's like they love bombing. They love bombing. They start doing things where it shows that their insecurities start to come out, and it just makes me very uncomfortable because I'm so real. Like, we cool. Like, we can chill. Like, I'm not. You looking at me like, how you're viewing me. You're putting. It's like, what do they call it? You are what's the word I'm looking for? Like projecting. Your projections don't need to be on me. You know, like, oh, you think you all that? No, you think I think I'm all that.
And if I do think I'm all that, why are you bothered by that? You need to figure out why you're triggered by why I'm all that.
Yeah, or why do you think that way? Why do you feel that way? I'm like everybody should think highly
so
of themselves.
If I thought that I was less than, would that make you feel better? And if it does, then you need to get help.
It's weird behavior.
It is very weird. And then, you know, like when we were younger, it was like, oh, she thinks she all that, and you know. But as you get older, you be like, I am.
I kind of did some things in life that kind of made me feel. I do think I'm all that to myself, but I don't treat you no different. I don't treat you like you not. You should think you all that too.
No, I think
who wants to be with somebody that don't think how? I'm not gonna be with any man that if you don't looking at me and think that you the shit. How I'm gonna think that you that?
I think that people who invented like, oh, be humble. I think that they were haters.
And the reason that I think
I think that they were haters because in one breath they say, oh, everything is already written. It's already written.
So it's for you.
So it's already written, then it's for me. And then even if I am in a low stage where I fell down or whatever,
I'm still gonna work towards
I'm still gonna thrive in that area where I'm down.
Because we're resilient.
Like, it's okay. It was written.
Yeah.
Since you wanna, throw that out, but girl, as you get older, and I think especially when you hit 30, you just like, wow, like 30, you just look at life so differently. Like, you just wiser. You unlearning every little thing.
You learning yourself more too. You're learning what you tolerate, what you won't tolerate, and that comes with not just relationships. That's like friendship. That's anything that doesn't serve you.
Absolutely.
Serve your purpose of what you're trying to get to, making you a better person. You know, I tell people all the time, having real friends, real people around you that keep you grounded is so important. When you start to weed out the ones that's really not for you.
Because they'll show their true colors.
They will.
They most definitely
all the time.
will. And like, nobody is perfect either. So, you know, you just got to take, like, did she really mean this?
Yeah. And some people, you don't have to necessarily be their friend, but you can treat them where they're at. You can have, you know, deal with them in the situation where they're at. And that's okay too. But that comes with learning. You know, I talk to me being a stylist myself. Exactly. You know, like, I have a lot of conversation with my clients, a well scale of different age groups. I learn a lot from I learn a lot from them. And I also be able to tell them a lot, especially my younger ones. Like, listen.
Even my older clients, they learn a lot from me too. They learn so much from me.
They learn a lot. And you learn people from that, the ones that are married, ones that have been through bad relationships. You just learn so much life skills, purposes, and I just know it's a journey. Even moving on, like, I'm in my 30s now, and just to see all I went through my 20s was a whirlwind of ups and downs all over the place, even things that people would never even imagine, you know. And I never gave myself the room to feel bad for myself, feel sorry for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything happened, you gotta roll with the punches, you gotta get with it. Like, life be giving us all types of mess all the time. You know, I had to rebuild, like, learning credit. I didn't know any of that stuff in college. No, just going through that stuff, starting from the beginning, starting from scratch, rebuilding, learning about life skills, things that I just didn't know growing up. I wasn't taught. You have to just go, you got to push with it. And that thing, that kept me never feeling sorry for myself and never, like, giving myself the room to doubt my circumstances and just know you got to get it. If this ain't working, figure out another way to make it work. Because if you don't, what's the alternative? You don't. No, you can't make excuses. We all got given dealt our hands. All of us, but I know one thing for sure: there's somebody out there doing way worse than me. So what am I complaining about? I'm able to still pay my bills. I'm still able to got breath in my body. I can get up and do for myself. There's no. Every day is a new day for me to make something different in my life.
And I feel like as you get older too, like, humanity just starts coming into place where you want to do community service, you want to serve, you want to help people, you want to, you know, find out be resourceful, be a resource for people. Like, as you get older, you start wanting to do those things as well. That's
so true. Like, even me now, like, I'm big on mentorship. So, like, especially putting people of color into STEM-based careers. Like, I tell anybody, like, you need me as a reference. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's
Put me down. I can tell you volunteer in my lab. I can put out for you because, and I've gotten so many people, like, just jobs or just let them, you know, kind of put them in positions to win. And it's nothing. It ain't stopping me from getting anything. You be blessed and highly favored when you do good by people. Just be a good person. I had someone do good for me. You know, I had someone look out for me. My supervisor, like I told you, she really took a chance on me giving me that job, and 15 years later I'm still there. You know, I don't see people, I'm in rooms with people that I'm the youngest one in there, but I come with a resume where I got that respect. And I think that's so important. I try to tell people, like, don't let no one else, you know, be my family. Like, I ain't grow up to know no scientists. Now I'm a person that's out here. I'm doing it. So why can't you do it? I'm a regular person. I have a child. I got every little checkbox you can say if something went wrong. I was raised in a single parent household, XYZ, like, and I still did it. And it's out here, and they're promoting it. I promote for paying it for. I believe that so much in anything. When it comes to any aspect of anything, I put you on. It ain't stopping me from nothing. Because what's for me is already gonna be there.
And people need to understand that too.
You I tell people, you blessed and highly favored because you do good by people.
Absolutely. And when I was in high school going to college, I filled out I had like 3 scholarships going to school. One of them was a Dell scholarship, $40,000 I think. They gave us a computer, a laptop, like they pay for our books each semester. Like the Dell scholarship is a really good.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my next goal, is to want to be able to do something like that.
It was really, really good. But on that application, like my high school teacher, shout out to Mr. Rinka, I love him so much. Like my my high school AVID teacher, he like, you know, helped me realize some things about myself too. And one of the things is he was, you know, told like on my application when he was helping me, he was like, you know, you've been helped with by so many people along the way. Like that's, you know, that's probably why you want to go to school for nursing. And that's why I do, you know, I'm a hairstylist, and I just like to help people in their lives in ways that, you know, that's not a doctor, or that's not, you know, like
it's one of the ways. You was like I said, you want to be kind of a space,
right?
It's always about offering that space. I tell people, like, especially as a stylist,
this podcast as well.
You can have a safe space for people to feel like they can be themselves. People come get their hair done. That might be the only time they ever have during that week, that month, to have time for themselves. They got to go out of here.
That's why I say no kids too.
No kids.
Because this is your time.
It's your time. Because life be life for all of us. Like, we never have time to do for ourselves, put ourselves first. And it's like when you come get your hair done, your nails done, that's that self-care moment. That's your time.
This is your time.
It's your space. You're able to just kind of zone out. Like, yeah, get your snack, get your drink, chill.
Absolutely.
Like, even my clients come in, they be antsy sometimes, rub their shoulders, like, relax. You here? You made it here. We good.
Okay. So, girl, how did you get into doing hair? When did you get into doing hair? And this is a career for you.
It is.
You definitely have two careers.
Two full-time careers, like legit full-time careers.
And she is a beast. Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro. I was living in Greensboro, driving back to Durham. Can you please do my hair? Please, I'm going on a trip. Please.
We had some good nights out there.
Yes, we did.
Finishing hair at my house. We've been doing some time, honey. So I've been doing hair. Let's see. I've been licensed since 2010, but I have been doing hair since, like I said, middle school. I had one of the little Bratz dolls. I used to learn. I used to go with my mom when she used to get her hair done, watch them do hair, and it's just something I always was good at.
Right.
And it's always been something that gave me, you know, make some little money. So in high school, I did hair. Used to braid. Like I told you, I worked in a shop. Went to college. I'm at Carolina. Now we know not a lot of people that know how to do any hair.
Absolutely.
But we got a good population of black people that need their hair done.
Exactly.
My really first cohort of clientele started there. Shout out to them. Chasley, it's a few of them. Deja.
Yes.
Coffee. It's a whole bunch. A few I can ask, but they come to me to now. Like that's 2008 to now. They've been coming to me getting their hair done. I've moved around the Raleigh Durham area, and they've came to me to get their hair done. I just did two of the people I said hair within the last 2 weeks. So it's like it was the thing I did in college, and it always been like some side. I started off had in my house, of course, started from the kitchen. Then I moved and had a space, like I was able to make kind of separate space for my clients in my house or whatever. And so then I finally moved into my first suite space, tight space back in like 2017. And that pretty much started that, like, I really took my business up to like a second notch. Kind of got more legitimized and really put a focus on what I had going on. And it's been up since then. I now have my own suite in Durham, and open my calendar for the month in advance, because I have life, and y'all gotta keep my schedule. Everything for me to be able to do everything I do in my life, I have to keep a schedule. So I tell people all the time, I can tell you want to plan time. Even my friends, we have to schedule my time.
Absolutely.
When we get to like you in our career and where we're at in life, we have to schedule time for each other. So they'll say before my calendar come out, Shana, this is going on this weekend. Block that date off. Block that time off. Like I have to block it off because that's the only way it's gonna work. My son, he's very active. He got stuff going on with his stuff. I had to block his stuff off. But it's all about a balance. It is. Do
you feel like you have that?
It's been. I feel some days I do. Some days I'm like, damn. Like, some days I'm like, I'm doing a lot, and I think that I'm learning to give myself more grace. I have periods I have anxiety because I do so much. And I'm always trying to do so much. I'm trying, like right now, I'm about to launch my new line of hair care products. I have with me today, but SBS Hairapy, shout out to them.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what it's called. SBS Hairapy, so therapeutic experience for your hair. That's what so I already have.
Did you bring some?
I didn't. I meant to bring them. I forgot.
Did you mix them yourself?
So I was working with a cosmetic chemist. I've been making my oils for a while, and my clients ask me about it. I said, let me go ahead and just take my stuff seriously.
Absolutely.
So I've been working with a hair chemist, and then that's my first formulation. I'm coming out. It's going to be like an aftercare kit.
I love it.
I already have my products. Like I'm waiting for my labels to come in, and then we're up. So
I'm excited.
Just taking on that venture too. It's a journey. I've invested so much of my own money. You know, I've invested a lot of money in you got to invest in yourself. I tell you all the time, like, yeah, I make money, baby, but Shana spend it too, because reinvest into myself, because you know, you got to chase that vision. You know, you got to put money in to make money.
You absolutely do.
But I, again, find that balance again. Me adding something else here, and also at my job trying to, you know, advance there and do and keep myself. I'm on committees and XYZ. It is a balance. Sometimes I have to take. That's why I take my vacations.
Right.
I take my time where I just, you know, don't leave my house.
Exactly.
I need a moments. I take my Sundays serious. I tell people, like, give me my days, because I'm busy. I'm always on go. You know, and it's not that a necessity. That's just I live in autopilot a lot. I'm trying to still find that balance. I've done good each year. I'm getting better and better at it. I'm at a point now. I schedule my time off in advance. I'll put time on my calendar. Just I need a day.
Right. Exactly.
From job, from everything. Compared to others, I'm not coming in. And that's what helps me. We have to find time for ourselves. I was looking crazy Friday. I had a self-care day. I got my hair done. That's when I got my hair dyed. Got my nails done. But it's a balance. You know, just as a human, as a mother, even outside of being in our careers, it's a balance. Just trying to
individual,
and
still find your way. You're constantly growing and changing.
Constantly, and also being aware of, you know, not being consumed that I'm a mom. I wear so many hats.
Oh my God,
finding time
we get so consumed in that, especially
parent guilt,
single parents.
That mom guilt. You know, I do stuff for my friends. I gotta do something for my son now. I gotta do something for myself.
And then they're getting at the age now. They'll tell you.
Yeah,
like
my son
will
told
tell
me.
You.
Literally, I was feeling bad last night because I partied this weekend. I was feeling kind of bad last night, and my son was like, you know, Mom, you should just take a day. You just need a day to take to yourself. I think your job will understand. I said, well, baby, I got stuff to do today.
Let me tell you who won't understand the bills.
Okay.
He
was like, I think the job will understand. He was like, because I don't want you I don't want you bad. Remember the last time you was sick like that? And he was so concerned. Like, but I said, you know what? I remember he told me, like, he was 7. He told me, Mom, don't be a slave to the world.
Oh.
He told me that, and I looked at him. I said, "You're so well, get an old soul." I said, "You tell me." I said, "But at the end of the day, child, you be wanting Target money and Apple Pay money."
Does he still build the Legos without the instructions?
He has gotten he does. Wow. He's got more advanced. Like, he building these missiles. He got so much stuff going on. I'm a pub in his YouTube, and he has a TikTok. Go follow my baby.
Yeah.
On both. We're gonna put that in the caption.
Wow.
Follow my baby. He takes the stuff serious. Animation.
That's amazing.
All hand drawn. So yeah, when he make it, we all make it. You know what I'm saying?
I have to go follow him seriously, because I didn't know he had a.
He changed his name so much. So I'm gonna find out what the TikTok one is. But Daquan Hand Jr. on YouTube. Follow him, and he's very comical. Yeah, he's a character for sure.
So I know earlier you were talking about earlier you were speaking about your friends, and you hang out with your friends on the weekends. You are a part of a sorority, right?
Yes, I am. Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated.
Okay, bruh.
I've been a member, 13 years in. So I crossed in spring 2010 at UNC. And so, it's been a journey. I think I've built so many connections. Like, even like my friends I hang out with to this day have came from me being a part of my sorority. Definitely another experience. I just wear so many hats, y'all. Like, trying to balance it all. Active as much as I can be.
That's what I be telling men too. Like, the least of your worries is gonna be having to bring money to the table. That should be the least of your worries. That's all you got to do is bring money to the table.
That is not enough.
That's
not it. Because that ain't even. That's you do that and you think that ain't gonna do shit for me.
But they don't even want to do that.
That's the problem.
That's the least.
I just said that's the least you could do. Bare minimum.
With me,
I'm high value, but you're doing bare minimum stuff. Make it make sense. You're not. Like, I'm like, y'all want to be. It feels like you want to be courted. You want to be.
They do.
Like, but you also want to be a man to lead. You want me to treat you lead. Lead. I want you to. I don't want to be planning stuff. I don't want to be doing all that stuff on my own. Like, lead, but you ain't gonna lead me over a motherfucking cliff either. So it's a fine line, and I just don't be having the energy.
And they just want to go tit for tat.
And it's a lot of that.
Talking in circles of people. What y'all want?
We do know what we want.
How we talking in circles?
Tell me.
I said, y'all want a nigga to like bring the bare minimum money to the table, but it seems like a lot of times that be what y'all ask for.
No, who asked for bare minimum? We said we don't want anybody to do bare minimum stuff, like thinking that
we doing the bare minimum stuff.
Like, you want to do, mean the bare minimum, I don't want to take you, like, they don't even know how to date you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what value are you?
Where y'all finding y'all niggas at?
Trader Joe's, Home Depot,
All types. Where they finding me at?
Wherever. It don't matter. Like, it don't matter where you find these men nowadays.
I've dated a different caliber of men, and not that they all have different issues, but some of them all kind of do fall back on certain insecurities them playing out when it comes to dating you. Like, they end up like, or they start off good. They'll show you, like I said, they love bomb. They love bomb. So they'll show you, and then they get comfortable. They feel like they got you. You know, you all consumed with them and XYZ. Then they just start doing like weird shit, like for no reason, or stop applying that same pressure. Like, it ain't even been that long. You already acting like we about 10 years into this. Like, give me, and I'm out here still trying to make sure I'm bringing my A game, but you're not doing that. You know, and that's the problem. We know how to cause if I fuck with you, I really do.
And then I think a lot of men get cold feet too, and I do.
Yeah, we all get that. Too. But you know, we all, that's a conversation. That's when it comes to us being adults and have to communicate those things.
Their communication sometimes.
But they'll blame it on ours because. For me,
too aggressive.
Or because for me, if I'm not going to keep repeating myself either, I don't have it. Like, if I kind of tell you something, because when if a guy tell me something that they ain't liking, they ain't feeling whatever, I'm gonna change that shit because if I fuck with you, I'm gonna change it. If I tell you something and I feel like so either you're not listening to me or you don't give a fuck.
I just had this conversation.
I got a problem with that because then I feel like you taking me for like okay, you must think that you just got me like that. Please, baby, because. I like you, but when I don't like your ass, you're gonna feel like damn. And I don't like to be that way, but it's like because I'm going to give you the version of myself that I want. You know what I'm saying? You meet somebody, all of us, men, women, whatever. We meet somebody, we give them the best version. We're coming at it what we want in return. Kind of give that off. And then when you don't, same thing. It could be for a man with a woman. You show them one thing, and then they don't reciprocate, and they don't take you for granted. Then what you gonna do? You gonna dial back, right? You're gonna dial back. You're not gonna sit there and get that same because you're not appreciating it. Me giving you my time. I'm a busy person. You're a busy person, but me giving you my time means something because I don't have to do that.
Exactly.
I can't even stand on you. It'll be a little thing for me, and I'm done.
You see what I'm saying? I get turned off.
I don't even.
Because it takes time. You got to be intentional in dating at our age. Like, you cannot be playing with people. You have to be intentional. And I was like, I'm not gonna play this game with you long term. It'd be cute when we not. That shit ain't cute no more. And a lot of times
when you are intentional, like, people will be like, all right, I see she ain't playing. All right.
Yeah, and they know I run a tight ship. Call it what you want to. You can run one too.
Yep.
Because you should run one. Don't play with me either. Like, come on. Like, but I'm not gonna play with you. And if you think that, we're just okay, you know what? You right. Go ahead. Now you're in your feelings. Why are you in your feelings? Like, I don't have time. That toxic, all that, I can't deal with that. I can be toxic, and that shit gets exhausting. They do like it. I don't like it.
And then a lot of times it's not even like toxic. Sometimes it's just that men like their ego.
They like that shit. Yeah, and it's like ain't gonna be so much more.
But it's like
stroking.
women like us, like I'm not about to sit here and do
kiss this man. Like, cause I don't mind doing it, but damn, make me feel like I want to feel it too.
I always say this. I feel like women who grew up with their dads, they are really, really good at stroking their egos. Us who are
I ain't got it. You gotta listen.
We just like
I be looking at a man like you gotta impress me. You gotta impress me too. Shit, I know I'm impressing you. So what you doing to impress me?
We just like judge.
Damn, come on, rub my feet too. Shit, I don't mind rubbing the man's feet, but goddamn, my feet hurt too. Oh, you trying? You on that ass? You be good. You don't need nothing. You go.
That's what it is.
Like, what the? You don't need that. You be going with your girls and getting the massage. Why you need me to massage?
Yep.
Like, God, but I'm over here making you feel like a king, and I'm over here feeling like the help. Like, I ain't doing it. I can't do it. I can't do it because the thing is, I'm on a my man. You and be. I'm my man. Lead. Give me something. We building together. Let's get to it. But I don't know, man. They be acting like they be okay with that, and then I don't know what's wrong. I don't know. Maybe I don't think it's me, but hey, shit, it could be. I didn't have a dad. I don't know.
That's the word of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, definitely.
So much. I think part of it is what we allow to.
I feel like when you said that, okay, now we're getting somewhere, because it could be you.
Some parts, no. Some parts, I know my stuff I come with. That's why I say, like, I'm accountable on the things I come with, but I communicate those things, and then you're not accountable on your part. So how are we moving from there? I can tell you what I worked on my communication. It used to be terrible, and I have worked on that, like going to therapy. I have been so intentional on that. That's what makes me upset. Is when like I'm doing that, and it's still. the disconnect. Like, I'm doing the work, and it's been a struggle. I have been patient. I have done things where, you know, like, I'm quick to, like, cut off. I have even let
your boundaries.
Yeah, let my boundary. I have done that, and it's been so uncomfortable. Very much anxiety, kind of like releasing that type of thing. But I have done the work to try to, like, maybe lessen whatever, and it's still be some shit.
You need a deacon or something.
I don't need that, because they the worst. Them church men, good gracious. No, I just need someone that's secure in themselves, secure in their and what they got going on in their life, so that anything I'm doing does not make them feel insecure.
So what is this chapter of your life called, and how are you embracing it?
I think, you know, I just turned 33, my Jesus year or whatever. I feel like this chapter in my life moving forward is like intentionality. I feel like that's just kind of where I'm going with everything in life. If it's not bettering me, or if it's not moving with intentionality as far as like with a purpose for a goal in mind, I really don't have time for it. I don't, and that's in all aspects. I'm really focused, like they say, a me season, but just more so than that, just like a season of just growth. I got things I'm trying to accomplish. So I'm kind of staying low and just getting to it. Just doing what I need to do. What they say, listen more, speak less. I'm intentional. I want to move forward in all aspects. Just being intentional.
How does it make you feel? Like, are you uncomfortable, or are you like you feel like you gliding through?
I think I went through a period of feeling not necessarily uncomfortable, but I felt a little stagnant. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what, as far as especially my brand and stuff, where are we going next? What are we, you know, kind of always wanting to be, let's say, a serial entrepreneur, but just kind of have different, my hands are kind of some of everything a little bit. And I was feeling like I had a lot of things written down, a lot of ideas, and I was not
bringing them into fruition.
Yeah, and I think it's because I had a lot of different distractions, different things that was keeping me just kind of like doubting myself. Again, that imposter syndrome, I have dealt with that my entire life. I've done so well in life and stuff, you know, based on where I'm at. I am so grateful of what I've accomplished so far, but I also feel like I can do so much more. Or in the spaces I've been in, you know, just kind of doubting even though I'm doing it, it's like I'm still doubting. I'm still doubting it. Like, so I'll make a plan, I'll have things I want to do, and I'll talk myself out of it. I've been doing that with my hairline. Like, I've been doing that for years. I've been years trying to talk this, and I'm finally just starting to put my money where my mouth is with myself.
How do you keep yourself like grounded with that? Do you speak to a higher power? Do you meditate?
Yeah, so I do, between your therapy, I'm really I pray, I write down stuff, so I'm getting into more so like just writing things down. Not really, I try to journaling things, it's not really for me. I do a little bit, but I'm a planner. I have a lot of like jot down, like just ideas kind of to remind me. I always go back. I feel like if you write it down, it's a lot easier for you to.
I'm so big on that, on writing
things down, not just having it in your head, not just having it on your phone, but write that down so you can walk past it every day and see it. You can walk through it. I have my vision board, have it on my phone, just things I want to do to keep myself like, Shana, this is why you're trying to get here. Like, even with the fitness, me trying to be, more healthier. This year has also been on a journey of me just getting back. Like, ain't completely never lost my baby weight from real, but it's like I want to be healthier. I want to be in all areas of my life healthy, in a sense, moving and striving for that. Mind, body, and spirit. So just kind of purging. I purge a lot. So like meaning I clean. I get rid of a lot of stuff. I go through seasons where I fast. I go through periods where I just clean my house and kind of like get a lot of stuff away. I can't stand being cluttered. Keeping my mind, the house cluttered, make my mind cluttered. Just different things I do to get my peace. Some days I just do nothing. I need those days sometimes. I literally, like yesterday, I didn't leave my house at all. That felt so good. It was the best thing ever.
I'm telling you, man.
Didn't go anywhere.
Your house not your safe space.
It's not your safe space. You need to move, because one thing about it, I'm a big person on that too. That's my sanctuary. My room especially. It's just, I love a bed. I want to be a bed. I wish I could just, I love that house. I love to be home and be in peace and be ugly and peace. Having those moments, I think that keeps us grounded, and that keeps me. I get stressed, and just moving with knowing I got a purpose and keeping it going. That's all I do.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
Because just like, we get so wrapped up. Everything that we do is for our children once we have children. And I became a mother at 22. Well, I was 21 and I turned 22 the next month because his birthday it's like almost exactly a month before mine. And so I turned 22 the next month. So basically all of my 20s, and I never imagined that for me at all.
Me neither.
I never imagined that I would be a mom that early.
You know we have a timeline.
I'm telling you, I had a timeline. I was going to get pregnant at 28, be married, have 4 kids.
None of that stuff happened.
Oh my God, none of it happened. And then it's like, dang, you got to find your way. Like, that's even how I got into hair because, you know, my son's dad went off to college.
Yeah, he went to college. That's why I say he went to school.
He went to truck driving school.
You know how they do.
And, you know, like, I just had to figure it out. Like, what am I going to do? Like, you know, and like, throughout my son's whole life, I've been a single mom. Like, just trying to figure it out. And, like, you know, I've been hustling. I've been working since I was 13 years old. 13, I was at Dairy Queen Orange Julius.
Okay.
You know, like 13 years old, that's excessive.
That's crazy.
Because just imagine, Drell is 12 years old.
Yeah, like next year he would need a job.
Next year he would have been having a job. That's ridiculous. You know, and so I was working since 13 years old and never like not had a job. And then even with this, I've been doing this alone for 5 years. Like this is the only thing that I've been doing for 5 years. Like I haven't had
That's a journey in itself right there.
Girl.
I'm telling you that being a business owner, man, y'all don't understand that life, man.
2018 was the last time I got a W-2. So, you know, like it's just a lot, and then it's so much stuff like being a business owner that you think that, okay, I'm gonna just do ahead and get this money and this is how much I'm gonna be making. Like last year, man, I made so much money, but
like where you see it?
Man, and that's why like it used to be like, all right, let me make 10 grand a month. I could make 10 grand a month, and then you make 10 grand a month and you be like, well, let me keep 10 grand a month. How am I gonna figure out how to keep it now?
How to keep it is one thing to make it, but when you got all this overhead.
And then it's like, dang, when I get here, I gotta figure out how to do this next. And then, you know, like I always use that reference as like the hostess at a restaurant. Like you go in a restaurant, and what if the person that you first meet at the restaurant was the hostess, and they sitting you down, they taking your order, they going back cooking the food. That just imagine how many people you would be able to serve doing that. Not a lot
of people.
Versus if you have a team, and that's why it's so important for delegation.
We learning that too.
It's so important. Like,
I'm getting better with that, but just I had to, you know, me trying to get that website started for for my like Shopify and all that stuff. Like I can do it. I'm pretty good with my like digital stuff, doing that kind of thing. But to find the time, I kept like prolonging it. So I finally just had to hire someone, like a team, like somebody to handle all that stuff. Absolutely. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, more of my money going somewhere else, but it's worth a peace of mind. Worth me getting that part done and be able to hold them accountable.
Exactly.
Because me holding myself was not me. It wasn't happening. It wasn't going to happen as quick as I needed it to.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. But that's a part of control.
Or being able to service as many people as you need to.
Yeah, because you're pouring from an empty cup and you stretched out too much. I am learning. I think it's another thing I'm getting better at delegating. It's still hard, but I'm learning. I've been doing that a lot more the past couple years, and it has helped me. Even like finance, getting a financial advisor, getting people that you may help you with the taxes, make sure they handle your payroll, just different things.
Life insurance, disability
insurance, yes, all of that.
Oh my God, because we're in the service industry, so if we can't work, you know, like, well,
I gotta be able to,
this stream,
no, for real,
you know,
you gotta
if
be
we
able to
can't work, then you gotta be able to have something that you can, like life insurance
and all that
for your
stuff
kids.
costs money.
I'm telling you, man. And people need to realize too, like our people, black people, need to realize that life insurance, you gotta talk about that. Living
Please
wills,
have it. Please
you gotta
have that.
talk about
you have
that.
kids especially, but anyway, I mean, if you're young, it don't cost you probably $19 a month. You can get a life insurance policy, and at least enough to put you in the ground. Like, it's no reason. People spend money on so much stuff. Have that life insurance.
Just like,
my son has life insurance.
Yeah,
like I don't play those games. Like,
just like us as you know, right now we're at the age where we're getting up in age. Our parents are, you know, even with your parents, you have to realize,
make sure they have
like you have parents that, especially if you have supportive parents who are helping you, like in their absence, you still have to be able to stay afloat and maintain for what they were doing for you. So get that life insurance.
That's
you know, like
it's just everything. No reason, because you can go on your phone in 5 minutes, have it. Like, it's so many different policies out there. Just at least enough. Get something. Have something in place. Because it's so many times you hear people raising money. It's like, at this point, I just don't be feeling sad no more. Like, sorry for you. Because there's no reason.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got it for my son, and he, you know, God forbid something happened to him, but you gotta have it.
Yeah.
One of them necessary finances. You got to pay your rent, my car insurance, car payment, whatever you got. And all your insurances. Like, you need to have those things are like top priority.
Yeah.
Don't let them things lapse. Can't stand people like you had a policy and then you drop dead and you figure out your stuff was lapsed. Like,
Yeah.
it's just sad.
Well,
behavior.
you don't figure it out.
But they figured it out. They're like, they weren't paying on it. Cause you tell me, my family, listen, you can't, now everybody don't call me. If you can't afford to pay your life insurance, let me know and I'll help you.
Yeah.
My family, like, don't sit out here and don't have that stuff and then have me after the fact trying to figure out how to, no, don't do that to me. Let me pay it now in this life.
As y'all can see, she is acting brand new. We are done. They are so beautiful and they match her so well. So we are, while we put these in the knots, we are going to do our segment of the show where we do the trivia and we incorporate your career with 5 questions.
Okay.
So let's get started. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Our first question is, the branch of medical and cosmetic study and practice concerned with the hair and scalp.
The branch of the hair and cosmetic that's concerned with the hair and the scalp. What do you mean? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what is it a question? What's the answer to that question? Trichology. Oh, I was about to say, you mean like the study of like when they do about like alopecia and different stuff. Oh, damn, my bad. Okay, well, keep that up there.
Our next question is, in chemistry, a cation is a positively charged ion. What is the corresponding 5-letter term for a negatively charged ion?
Anion.
Yeah. Okay.
Girl, I know you asked me no chemistry question. I told you that was my strong suit, but I got it. Okay.
Our next question. You got it. Our next question is, what is the... Okay, hold on. Our next question is, what is the chemical product used to straighten hair?
Keratin? You mean, or like, or
Chemical product. Keratin isn't.
you talking about a chemical product?
Used to straighten hair. So what would I use to straighten your hair?
I don't like these questions. I don't know. What do you mean?
Relaxer.
I was gonna say relaxer, but I thought you wanted to know like the I am.
Or something.
Huh?
I was thinking live.
I was thinking you was like, you want to know like the ingredients in a relaxer. I'm sorry, I didn't know you wanted basics. I mean, yeah, a relaxer, perm for white people. I don't know. Like,
Next question. What human organ cleans 50 gallons of blood every day?
hold on, hold on. A human organ cleans 50 gallons of blood. The blood is cleaned, and you have a what are you talking about? Like, that's kidneys is urine. Girl, I don't fucking know.
It's the kidneys.
I mean, the kidney cleans everything. It filters. It's these questions. Where do you get these questions from? Because it's a terrible site. It's terrible. Cut all this out, okay? All of this needs to be cut.
All right.
Where's the invisible camera?
What is the next question? What is the only human body part that can't repair itself?
The only human body part that can't repair itself. The heart, brain. I mean, so many organs that can't repair itself. The liver is the only one of the ones that can regenerate itself. What does it mean? What's the answer?
It's just what is the only human body part that can't repair itself? Your teeth.
No.
Okay, last question. A group of similar cells working together make up what?
A group of cells.
A group of similar cells working together make up what?
Multicellular. I don't know.
Tissue.
Well,
thank you so much for participating today in our trivia portion of the show. This is the final result. She's so cute.
On that note, okay.
She's acting brand new.
Acting all the way brand new. Clearly my brain don't work.
Thank you so much for coming today. I really, really appreciate you. I have enjoyed this. This was really fulfilling. And I appreciate you for being a guest on Hairapy Fulfillment. And it is a wrap.